Welcome to Walking with Jesus Bible Study. I'm going to be in the book of Galatians, chapter 4, verses 19. Right there. My little children, of whom I travail in birth again until Christ be formed in you. I'm going to repeat that. My little children, of whom I travail in birth again until Christ be formed in you. Ministers of the gospel must do more than just preach a short imitation sermon and then disappear to be never heard of again until the next weekend. They should be concerned. They should work and strive to make sure they see the character of Jesus Christ formed in each one of the souls of the people who hear them preach. Nor should they give up until this has, by God's grace, been accomplished. They should be involved actively throughout the week. People should be able to call and come to them. They need to make sure that if one's not doing correctly, they be, hey, I missed you this Sunday. And not because they was like, oh, well, they didn't come this Sunday. I need to call and make sure because I'm missing their tithing or stuff like that. Most of these preachers got it too wrong. We're supposed to be like Peter when Jesus told him, make sure you feed my sheep. I know he told him three times. Because he wanted him to answer and say, I love him 3 times because he denied him 3 times. And also to also make him sure that he took care of and really cared for all his sheep. Act as Jesus did. Do as Jesus would. Now, granted, you can't be everywhere at the same time. But you should care for and love for each one of your people of your congregation. There should be not one coming into your church that is suffering. There shouldn't be one that would be sitting there and be too afraid that they've been down or out. There shouldn't be one poor. There shouldn't be one homeless. You should know, and you should try to, as a congregation, come together and help those that are in need. And that is the very reason why churches are not to pay taxes on the money they receive, because those tithing that they are supposed to receive from people is supposed to be given back to the community, to that congregation that comes in there, so that there be none among you that is poor, there be none among you that is homeless. Y'all supposed to take care of these people. If you find out that one has a drug problem, then y'all should be coming together to help get that person from being sick. Because it is a sickness. If you know that there's that one person who's an alcoholic, y'all should be coming together to try to help him. Not judge him. Not leave him behind. And be like, oh, he gets what he deserves. That's not what would Jesus do. Nobody says you have to sit there and push them further away by saying, oh, you drink too much. We're coming over here because we think you need to stop drinking and you need to do this and you need to do that. No. Be smart. You're supposed to catch flies better with more honey. Just invite him to a lot of things. Be around him more. Talk to him more. Don't shove what they're doing wrong in their face. Instead, be their friend so they can see the example you're setting, so they can decide for themselves. Most people would tend to succeed better when they choose to do those things, when they feel conviction on themselves. I don't want to be like this, man. Sometimes just hanging around the people, they see, this is all together and that is all together, and they see, just how godly you are. They want things in their life to go that way. So they're going to see for themselves, maybe I need to start acting and have the characteristics of this person so that my life and my family situation can go accordingly like theirs is, because you're setting an example. Too many people going about it the wrong way, being too judgmental, doing the pointing of the finger, and is all it's doing by saying you're wrong, you need to correct yourself. We're supposed to come wrong. We're supposed to come incorrect to God so that He can fix us. It's not our job to do the fixing. It's not our job to tell them what they're right or what they're wrong. It's only our job to plant the seeds, to nurture, and to feed. Nothing else. And see, everybody else is too busy pushing everybody away. No wonder we don't have so many people coming to Christ and not want to stay. We're making them turn the other way. Instead of giving them a rope who's hanging off the cliff so they can pull up on that rope and climb up themselves, we're just too busy leaning over and say, hey man, you're hanging on the cliff. Well, no crap. Yeah, I am. Well, what you going to do about it? You know, God could help you. And then walk away and just continue to sit there and shout. Or like, you know what? I see you hanging on the edge of the cliff, that you must be hungry and thirsty. Here, have something to drink. So when they go to take that drink, what are they going to do? Let go and possibly fall. That's not helping whatsoever. We're helping with the wrong needs. We're helping the wrong way. We need to go up there and go get that rope. And let that rope down. Let them hold on to Christ Himself. Let them pull up themselves. Let God do His job. Too many of us is too busy acting like we're playing God and trying to be God, thinking we're being holy and doing God's work and doing God's will, when all in all, you're trying to take God's credit and you're doing God's work for Him. That's not the way to help people. Jesus is the only way. Not our way. Not what we think and what we say. So what we need to do is just feed them Jesus. And just by feeding them Jesus doesn't mean you shove Jesus' name or say you need to do this all the time. Sometimes just being that friend by listening to what it is they got to talk about. Just being a friend and just being there. Inviting them places, taking them here, occupying their time so that they're not spending all their time alone, sitting on that couch and just downing the bottle. There's more than one way to be a Christian and to feed Christian things to people versus just shoving the word in their face and down their throat. You're smothering and you're choking people. They can't breathe. Let them come in. Invite them to sit at the table so they can eat off a plate instead of you shoving stuff down their throat so they don't choke. You don't need to be those nuns that has those rulers and is sitting there and is smacking these people's hands whenever they're wrong or whatever. Because first of all, we was never correct when we came to God anyway. And if you was happened to be one of those lucky people who didn't need much correction, or so you thought you didn't need much correction when you came to Christ, or if you've been in Christ your whole life because your family grew up in there, nobody made you the hall monitor. There's no hall monitors in this to making sure that people have a piece of paper to be in the hallway. It's a free pass to all. And you're supposed to come as you are. And it doesn't mean just by what you're wearing. It means who you are and how you are. Leave the rest up to God. He works that way. He works great that way.